So if you haven't noticed, I'm Puerto Rican. I always make it a point to say I'm Puerto Rican in my shows because I do a lot of shows down south, and a lot of people don't even know what a Puerto Rican is. I had this one dude come up to me like, "Boy, what is you?" I'm like, "I'm Puerto Rican." "Puerto Rican? What's that? Some kind of new Mexican?" I'm like, "Yeah, but legal." See, you can't compare Puerto Ricans to Mexicans because we are progressive people. We voted for Obama, all right? Because we figured there's not going to be a President Sanchez anytime soon. So might as well vote for the brother. We also support same-sex marriage. As long as you don't bring it to our house or our family. You're like, hey, do what you want, okay? You want to get married, do whatever, okay? But don't bring it over here, okay? Don't bring it over here. If you bring it over here, your culo's for caca, okay? A lot of people ask me, like, how I got into comedy, but it actually wasn't my first choice. Actually, my first choice, what I really wanted to be growing up, was white. But you know what? I changed my mind. Because white people, I don't know, they're changing, man. There's something about white people now that they're locked up in this, like, PC prison, politically correct, you know, and they can't enjoy themselves anymore, you know? Like, if I start talking about black people, white people will scan the room looking for black people to make sure it's okay to laugh, right? And then they don't really laugh. They kind of hold it in. Oh, yeah, that's amusing. It's not like black people, because when black people laugh, you know black people are laughing. Because black people laugh with their whole body, their whole soul, you know. They're like, oh, snap! Oh, snap! You heard what he said, man! That was funny, man! Yeah. And I noticed, too, that white folks have a real hard problem with self-image, man. Like, you know, a woman, like a white woman could be like 350 pounds, right? And she will be in the mirror like, why? Why so ugly? Why? You can learn a lot from black people because black people, you see a black woman 350 pounds, you know what happens? She gets nominated for an Academy Award. Look at that. Just more of me to love, baby. Because I'm precious. If you want to talk about white people that with really, really low self-image, is white guys who are losing their hair. You see, Latinos and blacks, we're okay with it. We do the respectable thing. We shave it. We don't take the hair from this side and move it to this side and act like nobody's gonna notice. You see him on a windy day, I'm like, man, I thought you had a full head of hair. And the worst thing you could do is get a toupee. Some guys, man, they be like this, you know, they put a little toupee. How'd it look? It look natural? It look natural? Tom, you look 20 years younger. I'm getting a Corvette. Hey, baby, you need a ride? You know. You know, so it's hard, and I know, it's not easy. You know, it took me a while to accept who I was because I grew up in a dysfunctional family. And, sometimes my white friends will ask me, well, how do you know your family's dysfunctional? Every family's dysfunctional. I'm like, no, I have 5 stepfathers. One used to be my uncle. My mother was a Pentecostal Christian and an alcoholic. And she used to use the Bible to justify her drinking. She used to say, it said here Jesus drank wine. Yeah, but it wasn't Mad Dog 2020. My brother, like I consider myself a success, okay? Compared to my brother's version of success is getting hit by a car driven by a Jew, basically. Well, he will turn tragedy into opportunity. He'll be like, yo, I'm getting paid. I have an aunt till this day who hits on me. She does not look at me like a normal aunt. She looks at me every time we go like family get-togethers and stuff. She always look at me like, oh my God, look at you. Look at you. You look so handsome today. If I wasn't your aunt. I'm like, man, that's sick. I'm like, first my uncle, now you. Oh, man. And then I have an uncle who's actually a ghetto snob. Like, he looks down at Mexicans, man. Like, one day he went to a temp agency looking for work, right? And then an immigration van came and picked up 15 Mexicans, right? And they took them away, and they said, that's right. Go back to your country. This is America. Speak the language. And you don't know how much I hate the Spanish accent. I think as a people, that's why we haven't moved up. Because you don't really trust the guy. Like, would you trust the guy who thought like this? Really? It'd be your doctor. Hey, I'm Dr. Gomez. Let me see your pee-pee. My mother has the worst accent, man. Like, why you guys, normal people, celebrate Thanksgiving, my family, they celebrate Thanksgiving. That's their holiday. Happy Thanksgiving! Have a good time! It's Thanksgiving! So people hear that, and they assume we all talk that way. Like, one time during a job interview, this guy says to me, gee, you don't sound Puerto Rican. I'm like, I know, I'm trying to get the job. I'm pretty sure if I came here with a straw hat, a machete, and a donkey, you won't give me the job. Right, Ramon? Because all my life I've been trying to prove they're not a stereotype. All my life that I'm a well-educated Puerto Rican. All right? I got a GED. Because when I walk into a company, I'm very professional. I walk in like, and when I mean professional, I mean white. I walk in a company like, hi, how you doing? Okay. Yes, we're inquiring about the job position you might have available, but they don't hear that. What they hear is, Happy Thanksgiving! Have a good time! And I have white friends. I don't mean to be picking on white people so much. I have white friends. I do. I like two. But I notice, like, you know, white people are funny because they like to eat, like, exotic food. They want to be, like, the first ones to try exotic food, man. Like, if you could put a white person in the middle of Egypt, right, and give them poop to eat, right, they'll be like, oh, it's organic. It's delicious. It's organic. It's not like that American processed poop. It's not. Speaking of poop, anybody ever ate in, like, an Indian restaurant? Okay. My friend calls me up. He goes, dude, you want to go eat at an Indian restaurant? Like, he sounds just like Patrick from SpongeBob. He's a big guy. Come on, man. We could go jellyfishing later, you know. So we go into this Indian restaurant, right, called the Taj Mahal. And as soon as I walked in there, I wasn't used to the seasonings that they use, man. I walk in there, I'm like, dude, what's that smell? What is that? Is that meat? Is that feet? What is that? So I turn around, it's the waiter, right? I swear to God, it's almost like he was serving armpits, you know? And he kept calling me buddy, like, buddy! Like he hasn't seen me in 10 years, buddy! So I go to him and I'm like, look, I really don't like spicy food. Can you recommend something? You know, oh, this one, buddy, this one very good. This one come from West India, very good at the bad doo. I'm sorry? This one come from West India, very good at bad doo. So I figured that's what they called it. I don't know what I mean. You know, like, you know what I'm saying? Hook it up. Brought it out, man. If you never ate Indian food, it's absolutely delicious, right? But then, like, 2 hours later, it felt like I was giving birth to a road flare. You guys have been a great audience. Enjoy your evening. My name is Anthony Acosta, and good night.